It's your lecture, Mom.
Let's talk for a minute with.
Dad, it's already on.
It's already on? I'm sorry, I didn't know it was on. With Jake Farber. He is putting on a seminar called Way of the Master at the Buena Vista Baptist Church, and in fact, George Davis was with us. Did I get the church right?
You did.
Okay, good.
You're pretty good at this, actually.
Jake, Wednesday, you had your first meeting. It's an 8-week course, Kirk Cameron being part of this course. What is the Way of the Master all about?
It's a way to share your faith with people that normally don't talk about their faith. And
that's a lot of people, isn't it?
That's a lot of people. It's an amazing amount of people, as a matter of fact. Even the people that sit in church pews that claim the name of Christ have a hard time articulating their faith. And what we do is we break it down and make it easier for you to be able to do that.
Yeah, it is, especially if you're Jewish, like I am. There's only like 6 Jews, in 100 miles, so, a lot of people here even have never met a Jew almost. I don't know if it's that bad.
Actually,
but
being a Farber,
I'm the first one. No, or Farber, yes. You were Jewish. No, tell us.
So,
my mother was Baptist and married a Jew, yes, back in the South in the 50s. So that wasn't easy to do in those days. It was really hard in those days.
Right. Yeah. My grandma would miss the concentration camp.
Oh, I see.
Just by a little bit. That was one of the ships they didn't turn back.
Did you have a grandparent and grandmother that were both Jewish, or just one grandparent?
She left my grandpa there.
Oh, I see.
Then we ended up coming here. Or they did.
That's Germany.
Germany.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
So,
Hitler's rule was if you have 2 grandparents that are Jewish, you're Jewish.
Yep.
Because, they're always wondering who is a Jew, who's Baptist and who isn't.
Right.
And so the Way of the Master is to, in a way, discover faith.
It's how to articulate your faith, and what I did is I went to their program down in Hollywood. And when I went down there, what I did was I said, well, I'm going to go do this thing. I'm just going to go do it. And I went and tried it, and they stand you on a box in front of Grumman's Chinese Theater, and they said, go ahead, tell them what you know.
It's a little like this.
It's a lot like that. But what they do is they tell you, go ahead and share your faith with them. Tell them who Christ is. And you go, and you really don't know what you think you know when you stand on a street corner and you proclaim the name. And it's kind of an odd thing. Most church-going Christians will say, you don't need to do that, you don't need to do anything like that. All you got to do is be a good person. But if I asked you if you were a good person, you would tell me what?
Yes, I am.
Very good person. Everybody says that. I'll bet you could walk through this whole place and not find one person in here that says, oh, I'm a bad person. But if I ask you if you've ever told a lie, have you ever told a lie? What do they call people that tell lies?
Liars.
Really? Have you ever taken something that didn't belong to you, irrespective of the cost?
It's a thief.
Have you ever looked with lust?
Yes. Luster. Adultery, I guess.
Jesus said, you've heard of old, that if you commit adultery, you're not supposed to commit adultery. Don't commit adultery. But I say, if you look with lust, you've committed adultery in your heart already. Have you ever used God's name in vain?
Certainly.
Absolutely. Everybody has. One way or another. If I say I'm a Christian, if I say that I follow the Messiah, if I follow my rabbi, okay, if I follow him and I don't do what he says, then I'm using his name in vain. I don't just have to say it wrong. Okay? Now,
is this part of the idea that we're all sinners?
We are all sinners, yes. and there is a original sin, and that's where it comes from. Most people want to believe the first 2 lies. What are they?
The first 2 lies?
The first 2 lies. Genesis 3:3.
Original sin.
Jesus said, Satan said to Eve,
yes.
God God surely hath not said, you will not die. You will not die. And you can be as God.
Probably the same thing will happen.
You see, we don't think we're ever going to die. When's the last time you thought about dying?
There's many people, including my father for one, who has said he'll never die, and died at a young age, in fact. So there are many people that say, and as much as possible, believe that.
See what I'm saying?
As much as possible.
They believe that lie.
Yes.
And they live their lives like they'll never, ever see God.
Mm-hmm.
How is that we believe that first two lies? We know, you know, and I know that we're part of the grand statistic. 10 out of 10 people die. I've got a shirt that says "What if" on the front. And on the back it says, every second, 2 people die. What if this is your second? Are you ready? And they're not. Most people, and I went to the Rockies home opener last Friday and preached down at 20th and Blake.
My God.
And I got 7 people out of 60,000 people to stop and talk. 7 out of 60,000.
It's hard to get people to stop,
They believe they're not going to die. They are so distracted, they're so put out that they don't want to, for a second, think that they're going to die. And they don't want to consider it. I'm happy being distracted, most people say.
Tell us where they join your course, how they do it, who do they call?
All they've got to do is get on the phone, call me. I'm the last exchange this side of Leadville for the 486 number. I'm 719-486-8148. You can call that number, and we'll sign you up and get you in there, and we'll be able to talk to anybody at any time about what Christ means to you.
Thanks for your time, Jake. This will be on KSBV.net. Also, Jake helping to sponsor Focus on the Family every Sunday 9 to 9:30 at KSBV Radio 93.7. Thanks again,
Thank
Jake.
you.
Cool.
Yeah.